I am going to make some sugar cookie bars. In a large bowl, I'm going to start with 3 sticks or 1.5 cups of salted softened butter, and I'm going to mix in 1.5 cups of sugar, and I'm going to cream that together for 2 to 3 minutes. And then I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of extract. I'm doing 1 teaspoon of vanilla and 1 teaspoon of almond, but you can do all of one or the other, whatever you like. I just like the flavor combination. And then I'm going to mix in 3 room temperature eggs. And then we're going to come in with our dry ingredients, which are 3 3/4 cups of flour and 3 teaspoons of baking powder. And then I'm going to mix that until it's just combined. As soon as you do not see any more white powder in your dough, stop mixing. You don't want to overwork your dough. And then I'm going to take a 9x13 cookie sheet that I lined with parchment paper, and I'm going to press the dough in. You want to make sure you press it out to all the corners, and I'm using a glass to try to get it as flat as I can. And I previously had preheated my oven to 350. I'm going to bake the cookies or the cookie dough bars for 15 to 20 minutes and then let them cool completely. And now we're going to make the frosting, which is 3/4 cup of butter, and I'm using salted butter again. And total is 4.5 cups of powdered sugar and up to about 1/4 cup of milk or heavy cream. But you do it in small increments, so a little bit of powdered sugar, a little bit of cream. And that way you make sure it gets the right consistency and texture. And just keep mixing, slowly adding powdered sugar and a little bit of cream. And then add about 2 teaspoons of either clear vanilla or almond extract, which is what I did, and a little bit of vanilla because I didn't have enough almond extract, so I did a little bit of both. And then I'm going to frost these. And there's a lot of frosting in that bowl, so I don't recommend putting all of it on the cookie bars immediately. Put about half of it and see if you're happy with it, and then add more. And then I'm going to put these in the fridge so that the frosting can set up quicker. And then you just want to take a knife and cut them into pieces. You also can use cookie cutters to cut these, which is fun. I do that around the holidays. And I will tint the frosting red or green or whatever color for the holiday or whatever I'm making them for. But these are so good and they're so thick. And the frosting, it's not as sweet as you might think it is. I know buttercream can sometimes be really sweet, but this is really good. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Subscribe and follow for more. And enjoy.